So, assuming I am loving and nice and clothing giving and food giving to immigrants that are here in this country as a Christian. Does my stance on the politics and whichever side I come down on that matter for me being a Christian?
It's not a salvific issue. No.
Okay.
But so it has no bearing on your own salvation or those kind of things. But I do think there's a concerning ethical issue in regards to immigration.
Okay.
And so, because like if you have an open border, no restrictions, what that leads to is there's a ton of issues it leads to. One being human and sex trafficking. It's already bad enough. It's already present in the immigration the illegal immigration that's happening now. And so I think that there's got to be, if you have an open border, that's only going to get worse. And
so you're saying it's already happening without an open border.
Correct.
But if we open the border up, that just...
Oh my gosh. It'll be like the floodgates have opened.
Bunch more customers on the other side of that border.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think the amount of human trafficking and sex trafficking that's going to happen, the amount of people smuggled into this country for that or smuggled out of this country for that is going to be horrible.
What is human trafficking?
It's human trafficking is it's literally the movement of, it's enslaving a human.
Is it? Does it have to be that though?
There's what's called an indirect human trafficking.
Okay.
And so like your active direct trafficking would be you literally kidnap someone, you literally enslave them, and you're taking them.
Okay. But is, if I lived somewhere and I paid someone to smuggle me through somewhere.
Okay.
Is that human trafficking?
No, human trafficking is always when someone is coerced or taken by force and taken away.
Okay.
But if you're paying someone to take you across a border, for example, that's referred to as human smuggling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they smuggled me into the country.
Correct.
Instead of trafficked me into the country.
Correct.
Okay.
There you go.
So when I buy a plane ticket, the pilot didn't smuggle, or he didn't traffic me to wherever I'm going.
No.
Okay.
If you bought a plane ticket, the pilot also didn't smuggle you to where you were going.
Okay.
He just simply provided the transportation to take you there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very similar to smuggling.
No, one's legal and one's usually
What if
not.
I hid? Would that be smuggling?
That'd be smuggling yourself.
What if I bought a plane ticket and hid?
If you're already on the plane.
What if I stay in the bathroom the whole time?
Well,
would that be me getting smuggled?
No, that'd be you just stuck in a bathroom the whole time.
Okay.
That sounds stupid.
All right, whatever.
All right.
Keep going.
Yeah, and so, and then the other issues of drugs, coming in and out of the country without check. You have criminal activity, you have terrorists. I mean, I just think that having a carte blanche, just open border is just a horrible idea that actually goes against Christian values and Christian virtues. And
because we're intentionally not doing something that would stop all of the problems of having an open border.
Yeah, we're not loving toward our own citizens, and we're actually not loving toward the potential individuals that are going to be harmed through the criminal activity, the drugs, the human and sex trafficking.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think there's just I just don't see where any of that is loving and kind and caring, and definitely not like Jesus, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So,
even though he smuggled himself over the border to Egypt.
He did not smuggle himself. They went to the border and were like...
He was smuggled. He was two.
He wasn't even kidnapped.
That was trafficking.
No. He's literally with his mom and dad. Like, literally. So
he had no choice.
Well, no, he didn't.
Was two.
Not as a 2-year-old. You're right. He did not have a choice.
Smuggled.
No. Whatever. I'm not doing this with you right now. So, so I believe I believe that as Christians, that we should be all for immigration that's legal.
Okay.
And that that's where we kind of need to draw the line, I think.
Okay.
Is against illegal immigration.
Okay, but legal could mean a billion things.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So legal...
Like by legally applying to enter into this country,
okay.
to migrate to this country, and
right.
whether that, again, is for livelihood purposes, whether that is for you're seeking safety because you're fleeing a war-torn country, you need asylum.
We should legally let some people come in for specific reasons.
Yeah. Yes.
That we think are good reasons.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That Jesus thinks are good reasons.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. And so, like I've several just dear friends that their families had to flee a country and move here to the United States because of political persecution. And so, and I thank God that they were able to go through a system to seek asylum, to be placed here, because we do have these little refugee towns throughout the country. And thank God they were able to come and do it the right way, get here, and that to provide a place of safety for them.
Refugees are people fleeing hard things?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Or war or something like that?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, war or threat of violence, whatever it may
okay.
be. And so thank God they were able to be here and be raised here and go to school here and be incredible contributors to our society and to our country, their families as well. And so I think my heart is for people that are looking for a better place to be. I mean, I've spent enough time in third world countries to know how I get it, that sometimes people want to leave where they're at to seek something that they think is better for their family. Okay. Like my heart goes out for that. It's just, how do we go about doing that in the right way?
Okay.
Yeah.
And America's the best.
America has a lot of issues and a lot of problems, but in regards to the ability to make a living, it's not a bad place to be.
All right.
Yeah. Whether it's making a living, have safety, those kind of things. This is not a bad country at all.
All right. So sum it up for me. What should I think about immigration?
So to sum it up, I think that we should,
as a Christian,
I think we should be able to combine Leviticus 19 with treating people that are here as immigrants with kindness and mercy and love. We should be able to do that and care for them
legal or illegal.
Legal or illegal.
Okay. But
we also, Romans 13, there needs to be law established. So therefore we need to be able to say, hey, if you cross the border illegally, we are sending you back across that border.
Okay.
And I'm not,
because you broke our law by coming here illegally.
Law. Correct.
All right.
And I know this opens up a whole other can of worms of mass deportation and those kind of things, but I'm not saying that we need to actually do a mass deportation of everybody. But I am saying that, hey, if you broke a law coming in, or if you're an illegal, you break a law while you're here, we take you back over the border.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that we've got to find ways to have justice and mercy simultaneously. And that needs to be merciful and loving and justice to the immigrants and to our own citizens here in the country. And that's because the citizens here in this country are made in the image of God as well. And I don't think we need to forget that part.
So that's the Jesus-y way to look at it.
For me, that's my biblical perspective of it. When I read scripture, that's what I come to.